Where did it come from 17? A Crossout video by Dangerously Incompetent. Ravens have returned again. They were only here 6 months ago, and this is summer 2022, and they're back. And it's an extra big pavilion this time round because it was an extra long Ravens event. Normally it's only a couple of weeks, but this one was 30 days. I think they wanted a nice long one to give us more time to prepare for the forthcoming large season. So what can you do in the Ravens Pavilion? Well, you can do lots of fixed upgrades where you turn up with only two, not three, but two of something and then a bunch of resources, and you mix it together and you get a fixed upgrade. It's not random like it usually is. It's fixed, which could be good if you like those upgrades, and it could be bad if you don't like those upgrades. And the cost is roughly, including the tailors and the extra resources, about 3 of whatever it is, which is the same cost as you normally get from the upgrade. So let's just whiz through these potential upgrades and see what there was, shall we? Or is. Probably was by the time I put this out. Reaper had an upgrade. Draco had a fixed upgrade. Helios, Synthesis, Piercer, Prosecutor, Boom, AC50, Mace, Emily, Chameleon, Bigfoot Steering, Big Ram, Astreus, Icarus 7, Fat Man, RN Seal, Equalizer, Pyre, Caucasus, Executioner, Small Track, Locust, Quasar, King, Blight, Capcan, Cockpit, Yokai, Adapter. It goes on and on, doesn't it? Yong Wang, Goliath, Claw, Remedy, Deadman, Jewel, Tackler, Step Spider, Dusk, Ghost, Kerberos, Scorpion, Porcupine, Arbiter, Fortune, Breaker, and Wretcher. So those are all the upgrades you could have done, and then there's the usual equipment and wheels and weapons, and then decor and paints and stickers that you get from Ravens and the Necti, which is exactly the same as it was last time they turned up 6 months ago. But the one thing that's different is, where's it gone? There it is. The guest present. Ooh, what's this? It's a container. So it's a random. No, it's not random. It's a your choice. One epic weapon, cabin, or module of your choice. Oh, that sounds absolutely gorgeous, doesn't it? I could go get another Blight and then flog it off for 3,000 coin. Wicked! Not quite. It's a very restricted list of things you can pick for. But you don't get to see it until you've got the guest present. So I guess I better craft one then, eh? Goodbye 3,000 tailors, eh? Ka-chink! Do I really want to craft it? Yes, please. Boom! So let's have a look in the storage. Where is it? Was it purple? Guest present, there it is. Does it say anything different now? Nope. So if we open it, those are our choices. What do you get out of a guest present, and is it worth crafting one to sell the contents on the market? Well, because it takes 3,000 tailors, and you only get tailors from the one-day brawls and their daily challenges, which are there to tempt you into trying them out every day. That's quite a lot of tailors. So let's have a look. Stop saying so. Into the guest present. Okay, and what do we get out of the guest present? We can have a blockchain, Gravstar, World, Nest, Yagwai, Gremlin, Thresher, Argument, Omnibox, Janabi, Aggressor, Verifier, Enlightenment, Flywheel, and Bootstrap. And the most valuable one at the moment is the Janabi at 522 coins. But bear in mind, lots of people will have been making the guest present and opening up and selling one of these. So all their prices are probably pushed down a little bit, and they'll come up gradually until they're used in some crafting, in which case they'll jump up. But at the bare minimum, you could sell one of these right now. The most you could get is like 522 coins. The problem is, how much did it cost to craft that guest present? To answer that question, I had to make my own spreadsheet. What game isn't improved by spreadsheets? That's what I want to know. Yeah. Anyway, so we got the cost of all the resources when I made the calculations today, and I assigned tailors the value of 13 coins per 100. Because I worked that out by saying, well, it takes this long to do a brawl, you get these many tailors, and I made it equivalent to the scrap, going into a scrap machine. You could spend, instead of getting tailors which you can't sell for anything directly, you could go into a mission battle and get scrap and then sell it. So I worked all that out and came up with a figure, not quite made up. No, not made up. A little bit made up. A little bit of guesswork, but yeah, educated guess, and looked at the numbers, and I came up with 13 tailors 13 coin per 100 tailors. And with those values, 1,000 copper and 3,000 tailors and 1,000 coupons, the majority of the cost of the guest present is in the tailors, and the total cost is 454 coins. That's if you equate tailors with scrap, which I think is a fairly fair thing to do. And the Janabi you can sell for 522, lose 10%, that's 52 off, that's 470. So you can, right now, go craft your guest present. You can only craft one, and then open it up, get a Janabi out, and flog it, and you can make 16 coins profit. That seems like an awful lot of effort for 16 coins profit, because you have to play quite a few one-day brawls to get those 3,000 tailors. So not really worth it. But if you're playing the brawls anyway, and you've got 3,000 tailors, and you haven't gone and spent them on upgrades, and you didn't fancy crafting anything else, you've got to remember that the tailors disappear at the end of the event. So if you use them or lose them, so you might consider the tailors to cost you nothing, in which case, yeah, it's definitely worth going and doing. Since this is a where did it come from video, you're probably interested in all the other things that you could craft in the Ravens Pavillion in Raven's Return Summer 2022. So let's have a quick look at those, shall we? Even though they were exactly the same as the Raven's Return that came out just after Snowstorm this year. So we've got the Rift, which you pop and things fall off your vehicle. Contact, you grab onto your friend's vehicle. Gun mount wheels and steering. Emily, little grenade launcher. Leech, double shotgun. Medium, an autocannon that's a bit slower but a bit more damage. You've got the spike crossbow, the Corvo revolver, the power unit, and the Arothron. Power unit, of course, very good if you use energy weapons. Arothron's just horrible, really hard to use. Argus, you notice I've still got a stack of these, is good for getting rid of any guided missiles. Just boom. But so I thought that's gonna sell in between times when you can't craft them and the price will go up, but no. Oh well. Win some, lose some. And then Toadfish, big crossbow, armored skull, bludgeon, huntsman's horn, Martin's helmet, wingbeat. So all of these require resources and some tailors. Teutonic Eagle, Teutonic cross paints, stripes, Burnished Steel, Plate Steel, Damascus Steel, and then on to the stickers, Drain Knight, Lance Knight, Winged Hunter, Iron Lily, Lion, Rampant, Bloody Wing, Raven, Jouster, Knight, and Raven tags. But these are all tradable, so you can buy them off the market. And given the amount of resources it takes, you really want to know how much, before you go and craft it, you really want to know how much this is worth. Because maybe, just maybe, you could buy it off the market cheaper. The problem is, Crossout DB, that stalwart of the trading game in Crossout, doesn't do temporary stuff like this. It doesn't tell you, they won't tell you that. So, since I already had the spreadsheet open, I went and calculated the costs. And here are all the costs on my lovely, lovely spreadsheet. So here is the resource cost to make the Toadfish, and these are the resource prices when I did the calculations, and I equated the tailors with the scrap, and then these are the parts you need in the recipe, and these are the resources you need to build those parts. Note that these are the resource costs to craft it from scratch. So the legendary needs the epics need specials, the specials need commons, and the commons need rares, and the rares need the commons. So all the way down to Luparas, they've all been the resource cost for all of them has been added up, and that's where I got the totals there from. So you could potentially do it a bit cheaper by buying stuff that's cheaper to buy off the market than craft. Like the Rupture is cheaper to craft it, but you can look at Crossout DB for that sort of stuff. So what costs have we got? Toadfish 3,252, Argus 532, Arothron 523, Power Unit 540 coins, Corvo 532, Spike 535, Median 173, Leech 169, Emily 172, Gun Mount Wheel 56, both the steering and non-steering, Contact 59, Rift 58. And then we get to the stickers, paints and decors. Note that the same rarity paints, stickers and decors all have the same cost in the Raven's Pavillion, the resource cost for crafting them. So common stickers 12 coins, rare stickers 24 coins, special stickers 63 coins, epic stickers, paints and decors 165. Oh, I have been rounding off rather than rounding to nearest. Oh, tisk for shame. But those are the values I've come up with. And the interesting thing is, you can buy them all cheaper off the market. It's not worth crafting them, even considering you might be able to buy individual things cheaper off the market than you can craft them. It's cheaper to buy them off the market. This is why you've got to do your sums every time you go and buy something. You can't just assume it's going to be cheaper just because it's in a special. The problem is, all these parts, lots of people are making them right now and for some reason selling them instantly, which is oversupplying the market, which is pushing the price down. So people, you don't want to craft them and sell them now. You want, if you craft them or buy them off the marketplace, you want to get them now and then sell them later when Raven's Return isn't running and you can't make them anymore. Then supply might outweigh demand and the price might go up. So that's a takeaway from this video. Don't craft stuff on the Ravens in the Ravens Pavillion, just buy it off the market. P.S. Who fancies some giant go-kart racing? This should totally be in the next set of one-day brawls, shouldn't it? I'll leave the build in the exhibition, Targem.